evening, Rotorua. Welcome to City News. Just ahead in tonight's bulletin. A new sculpture of the pink and white terraces for the Energy Event Centre. A Rotorua councillor says bullies need help too. And Kiwi butchers battle Aussies in a butchery test match. Those stories coming up next on City News. A 20-tonne sculpture will rest with pride of place outside the Quarry New Zealand conference venue at the Energy Event Centre. The gift to the people of Rotorua comes to mark the 43rd Quarry New Zealand Conference, Aggregates, the cornerstone of the New Zealand economy, which will be held in July. The sculpture is of the famed pink and white terraces and is being carved by Mario Kirchhoff. Carol Delaney from the Aggregate and Quarry Association of New Zealand says the carving is a celebration of the magnitude of the aggregates industry and also the recent rediscovery of the pink terraces after 150 years. The sculpture will be officially blessed at the opening of the conference. Rotorua students say bullying does happen in Rotorua schools, but it is going unnoticed often because victims don't want to tell authorities what's happening. A Rotorua principal says students should always report bullying to their school because some bullies won't stop unless they're challenged. Rotorua councillor Irene Begg says bullies need help just as much as the victims.
In the schools in particular, if you've got a child that's bullying repeatedly, there needs to be a meeting with not only the child or young person but their family. And I know a lot of the primary schools have the restorative justice programs going on where they have meetings with victims and perpetrators of violence to sort out stuff, which I think is really good. It's about accountability for the bully. The bully also needs to get some help around how to best manage their behaviour, and somebody needs to put in an intervention to help them as to why they're doing this.
Irene Begg says there is help out there and all schools should have best practice guidelines when dealing with bullying. Aluminium fish mounted near local stormwater drains have long been a reminder that anything put in the drains ends up in our lakes. The fish are now receiving a major overhaul with more cost-effective and colourful PVC fish replacing the aluminium variety in some parts of the city. Rotorua District Council Trade Waste Officer Jackie Mackle says the fish have been a successful initiative to help manage discharges into council stormwater drains, which ultimately end up in local lakes and waterways. If your organisation or community group would like a PVC fish mounted near your drain, please contact the Council's Pollution Control Unit. And in sport tonight, Rotorua netball fans have been issued an ultimatum by Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. Attend the next game in the city or you won't be hosting anymore. The ANZ Championship franchise has been disappointed by ticket sales at Rotorua games and says if the numbers don't look like improving, the city may no longer host Magic games. A new venue being built in Tauranga is the likely winner as Magic consider using just one or two venues for home games in the future. Rotorua fans are being given a last chance with the game against Canterbury Tactics scheduled for the Energy Event Centre on April the 14th. And finally to sport of a different kind. 5 of New Zealand's best butchers have been narrowly beaten by their Australian counterparts in the first ever Trans-Tasman butchery test match. The Kiwi team, which included local butcher Callum Sutherland of West End New World, fought hard in the action-packed 2-hour event, but in the end were out-knifed by the Aussie side. Events included marinating, garnishing and producing a spectacular window display. New Zealand team member Peter Martin says it was a fantastic event and the loss has made the team even more determined to win next time. To weather now, tonight, fine southeasterlies, overnight, a low of 10. Tomorrow, Thursday, fine, westerlies developing, a high of 21 and a low of 11. Long range through to Friday, fine spells, chance shower. Southerly change, a high of 20 and a low of 12. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua tomorrow, Thursday. Southwest 20 knots, tending westerly 15 knots by afternoon. Waves up to half a metre and fine weather. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tvrotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the Upcoming Events link. Coming up after the break on City News, we hear about the Music Stands for Christchurch fundraiser. Denise Legros tells us about the Hannahs Bay Reserve restoration, and Tere Pure is here with what's happening in the Cook Island community.